Hi, my name is Poppy and I'm the cameraman for today, and this is GHV Airfield Savers Day 5. Did I do it?
You did it really well.
Yeah.
Well, behind you, you'll hear the dulcet tones of Poppy, who's our filmographer today, so I'm expecting great things. We really thought we were getting better until you may notice from previous videos that they didn't get better at all, because I started filming in portrait and there were these great black bars either side of the video, so we cut off the black bars.
We adjusted it to 4:3 ratio, which
which cut off the top of heads and the bars.
Yes.
It was just our filming.
It's okay, cut off most of my head, that's not too bad.
So anyway, here we are again. We will get better.
Yes.
And we're going to do a quick shout out, mention of some of the heroes of aviation that we want to talk about. Julian carries them all inside his head. It's incredible in there.
I carry some names inside my head and some details, but not in infinite detail. But
literally,
the idea is, as part of the GHV curriculum putting together, and as part of our YouTube and Patreon channel, we're going to do little potted histories of. Most of them will be British, if we can do aviation heroes. And personalities, not just the sort of wartime heroes, but all through until modern day.
And not just pilots.
And not just pilots, no, it'll be engineers, anyone connected with aviation.
Artists, authors.
Yep. All sorts of types of people,
yep.
Which will be available through different channels. So we're just going to list a few just to get to gauge an idea, but obviously there's a lot more. There's plenty I've forgotten already.
I'm going to give well, they will come up. The ones that aren't in Julian's head at the moment,
yes.
we will make sure we cover the whole spectrum. But I just asked him just now and he came up with 25 to 30 names. So I'm just going to ask him to give a sentence on each as to what we might cover, and then when we get back into the studio called Julian's house, we'll add some interesting snippets. Here we go then, from nowhere in particular, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, who is not English at all.
Well, yeah, exactly. We start with the Frenchman. He is a pre-war and post and World War II French pilot. Flew with the French forces before they were overwhelmed by the Germans, and then flew with the Allied forces thereafter. Very, very well known for his writing, major writer. He wrote The Little Prince and lots of wartime aviation writings, and sadly was cut down in his prime because he was shot down whilst flying, I think it was around Toulon, south of France. He was flying a P-38, which was a twin-engined American reconnaissance fighter aircraft, shot down by a German in a measurement 109. It's rumoured that he was possibly waiting to land in a circuit and reading, so he wasn't keeping such a good lookout, because he was an avid reader as well as writer.
So he was reading whilst he was flying? That's
right, yes. Well, it's rumoured that that's the case. I've seen it written down. I can't find that when it was written down now, but I've read it several times. But it has transpired that he was shot.
You said to me yesterday that he was in a very safe part of the sky.
Oh,
he
was.
Time.
Yes, he was very unfortunate to get bounced by. And the even more unfortunate thing, the actual German pilot who shot him down was actually located and found many years later, after the wreckage of Antoine de Saint-Exupéry's aircraft was found under the Mediterranean, and the German pilot was one of his most famous fans.
Yeah, so he had all of his books.
Yeah, and he expressed extreme regret and said, if I had known it was Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, I would not have shot him down.
Yeah, so, that's poignant, isn't it?
Yeah, he's well worth reading, particularly Little Prince and all of his other things there. So.
Wow. Okay, well done. Pause.
I just want to say that it won't stop. Oh, yeah. So we're going to keep going.
Yeah, and we can edit it
But I'm
later.
just saying that you took a good 3 minutes just to say.
Yeah, so I'm going to just give you one more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'll take that on.
Ready?
Recording? Okay, awesome. So out of this list of 20 to 30 names, I'm just going to give you one more.
One more, okay.
And then we will continue this series as we progress through our own series of GHV Airfield Savers. Okay, Frederick Forsyth. Julian?
Oh, Frederick Forsyth is a very well-known author, action thriller author. He was also in the RAF, I think it was in the 1950s, and he wrote a book called The Shepherd, short story about, well, it was a fictional story, but it's based on his, obviously it's so well written. He was a vampire pilot, and that's de Havilland Vampire, not the Fang variety, flying back from Germany at Christmas Eve, flying back from Germany Christmas Eve, back to the UK, and his fictional pilot, sort of based loosely on himself, got lost in heavy fog coming into land in the UK, couldn't work out where he was, and started to do the international practice of flying triangles to hope somebody would send a jet out to escort him in, because they didn't have the nav aids back then in those days. And lo and behold, just as he was about to run out of fuel, an old de Havilland Mosquito came up to escort him in. And he thought, didn't think too much about it, apart from the bit of an ancient aircraft, but back in the 50s they were still flying, mainly as Met aircraft back then. Landed the aircraft back at an old, almost abandoned RAF airfield he was taken to and landed, got out and started talking to it to the RAF staff who were still on the camp at that time, and saying about this particular aircraft, and he could not trace the aircraft at all. And later it was found that aircraft was a World War II aircraft that had gone missing during the Second World War. So that was a fictional story, but it's all based on his, and it's very well written. He really does know his stuff. Obviously, he's been a vampire pilot before.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Julian. I could listen to this man forever. Man, he's just really, really cool. So that's it for today for our less than 10-minute update on GHV Airfield Savers. More tomorrow.